United States and North Vietnam during this particular Tet holiday declared a 2-day peace, a non-fire situation. Every time that Paris would call a peace talk later on in the 60s, 68 and 69 primarily, they would call a ceasefire. And that's when we lost our most men, because we would observe it. We would observe it and they wouldn't. But the biggest thing about Tet of 68, January the 30th, they hit every provincial capital up and down South Vietnam. And here's this soccer field where you'd see kids out playing, and there's nothing but masses of bodies. We had indications that it was coming as far back as September of 1967. Did we really heed to it? No.
The U.S. government inflated the number of kills in the Viet Cong to make it seem as if there was a reason for our troops to be overseas.
Inflating the kills made it look like the soldiers were accomplishing things against communism when they really were not. But the troops wanted the public to know what was really happening.
Around body counts, call them back in so that the people back here, or the government, would be pleased with what we were doing, and we were making a difference, even though most of that film shows that the figures were falsified. I came out of Vietnam with 3 really bad habits. Okay? I'm an alcoholic. I smoke Camel non-filter cigarettes. And I still like to collect ears. I've quit one. I haven't had a drink since 1978. This was the way that we confirmed your kills. You simply pick up their ear. That was just it.
Just the way it was.
That's the way, so that the numbers could be confirmed. The numbers could be confirmed. NVA and VC KIAs are 1,100,000. 600,000 wounded, 26,000 captured. All total, we lost 58,220. And that's through still recovering the MIAs and bringing them home. They're still adding to the wall. It's devastating. But you learn to anything, if you learn from it. How bad of a teacher could have been easier? No. But it definitely gave me a different viewpoint on life. Either you're with me and I'll protect you to the end, or it doesn't bother me. I'm still looking to collect that next year. I've got 39 confirmed kills. I hate uneven numbers. It wasn't the most pleasant place, but I wouldn't trade it again. I would not have not done it. The biggest thing back then was Canada. Don't get drafted. Take off. Go to Canada. No. Would I do it again? Might have to really think about it. But I'm glad that I did it.
After the Tet Offensive and its thousands of casualties, people in the United States began to question the U.S.'s involvement in the war.
Many concerned people started huge anti-war protests in areas such as Washington, D.C., Chicago, Baltimore, and many other major cities.
In many cases, protests became violent and resulted in serious injuries.
Upon arrival home, many Vietnam vets were discriminated against.
People plain out hated them and called them baby killers when all they were doing was serving their country.
The demonstrators, the protesters. For 37 years I hid. I crawled inside of a shell. I didn't talk about it. I didn't admit I'd been there. I didn't wear anything that says Army on it. I didn't do nothing. I didn't talk to people about it. No one would understand. Their treatment of veterans and their non-caring simply made a nation hide. And I'm not talking me being a single person. I'm talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of men simply went into hiding. Simply went into hiding. It was 37 years. So the attitude of people back here, they didn't care. They didn't want to talk about it. You were. There wasn't anything lower on the bottom of the earth. There's nothing lower than whale shit. It's at the very bottom of the ocean. I don't care what you think is low. And boss, I was below that. That's what people thought.
The Tet Offensive truly was a turning point in the eyes of the American people.
Did you make any close friends while in service? And if you did, do you continue any of these relationships?
Yes. Yes. The worst thing as far as friendship, new kids in country didn't really have a whole lot of friendships because the others didn't want to become attached to someone. Because when you lost a piece of yourself. And when that came, there's not a day that goes by. So friendships, I gotta build up. Because there's not a day that goes by that I close my eyes, I still don't see them. They're still there. John, on 11/11/1967, taking Hill 875 just south of Docto, north of us in Cantu. 173rd Airborne. Was killed on a search and destroy. They come back to get the bodies. They couldn't find them. 11/11/68. We're taking Hill 875 again. We recover bodies. John wasn't one of them. I came home that summer and told his mother that I couldn't find her son. Friendships, yes you do. And they're never ending. Jim can tell you, I had a brother, I didn't like him very much. You know what I mean? We didn't get along, but I never had any friends, really. And if I call you my friend, it's something special. But if I call you my brother, it's forever. So friendships, yes. And are they all living? No. But I've had some of my best conversations with them since 1968. Are they still there? If we forget, if we don't remember, they died in vain. They died for nothing.